Hi, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for being here. I am back with an update that is more than a year in the making. And I just wanted to update you guys who have been following me since way back the beginnings of this channel about my health journey and how that is going. I remember the days when it was just a few of us here in this channel. You guys were so sweet, the first subscribers who came here, and you are following my little journey. And I just figured we've grown somewhat, and I'm not going to completely forget about how this channel started as a kind of a personal journey of mine, wanting to better my health and my appearance. You've been with me on my Invisalign journey. I posted a couple hair tutorials showing you how I have been changing my routine to kind of strengthen and lengthen my hair. And I also took you through my journey of getting fit, getting into the gym. And that is what I wanted to update you about. What about my fitness journey? Well, I've let it go. I have let myself go. And there are no excuses. The schedule I was on when I was doing my 12-week fitness program with Melissa Neal, while I was doing that, my schedule was, it was really difficult. I was getting up around 5:30 in the morning so that I could leave home at 6:15, so I could get to the gym before 7, and I could maybe have an hour and a half of working out so that I could get back to the office, get myself cleaned up, and start my day. I was doing that because after work was not an option. For those of you who've been following me from the beginning, you know that when I started this journey, I had intended to go to the gym at night. The gym that I was going to is about 5 minutes away from my office. And I was thinking, okay, after work, I will go and do that. But my first week when I started working out at night completely disrupted my sleep. It just kind of dove me into a very long period of sleeplessness that I had to really climb out of. My sleep is much better now, but I don't know if I've ever fully recovered from the first few days that I was just working out. I mean, I can remember distinctively the first night after coming home from the gym. It was difficult to sleep, and then I did some research and I realized that doing any kind of heavy workout, like lifting heavy weights at night, is going to disrupt your sleep. So I switched over to the early mornings and things got better, but I was still exhausted. I was still very tired because to get up at 5:30, I would realistically have to go to bed around 9 o'clock to get a full night's sleep. But how many of us do that? I would come home from work tired, but then you get into that slump, you fall into that hole of getting on social media. I love to watch YouTube videos to kind of relax at the end of the day. And then you start watching one video after another, and before you know it, it's almost midnight. You go to bed and then you have to wake up at 5:30. It was just really unsustainable. And then I decided to try to see if I could go in the middle of the day, maybe take my hour lunchtime to go to the gym and kind of, work something out. But at that time, the gym seemed even more busy. In the mornings, there were quite a few people, but it wasn't so busy as it was in the middle of the day. And I remember looking around and being like, where are all these people coming from? Is nobody at work? Nobody's at school? But this is LA. There's a lot of actors and people who work in the industry that have odd hours and they get to work out in the middle of the day. So that was just not an option for me because there were a lot of the machines that I was waiting to use, and just sitting around waiting for the machine, that's time wasted. And then I feel like my body would start to lose momentum while I was waiting for this machine, and I wanted to do things in order. So I said, okay, it's going to have to be in the morning. It has to be in the morning. And so, that waking up early just really, it wasn't working for me. Also, after a while, I hit a plateau. I didn't see the changes that I had seen initially. What was discouraging? Okay, I'm all over the place. Sorry about that. What was pretty kind of discouraging for me in the beginning was the fact that after the 12 weeks of going through this intense workout and changing my diet and adding more protein and eliminating simple carbs, I only ended up losing about 10 pounds. Yeah, that didn't feel very encouraging. But I told myself, that's okay. I did lose a lot of fat. I just gained a lot of muscle, and that's what kind of changed things about. And I could see the difference in my clothes. That's the thing that you need to pay attention when you are in a fitness journey. Don't look at the number on the scale, because muscle weighs more than fat. So you can be losing fat, but as you're gaining muscle, you're not seeing the numbers on the scale go down like you would think they would. And so that was the first thing that kind of discouraged me. And then after a while, I noticed that I started to plateau. And I think what was sabotaging my improvements was the fact that I was getting so little sleep. For women my age, for those of you who don't know, I'm 49 years old. When I started this journey, I was 47, I believe. And at our age, sleep is more important almost than exercise to help you with weight loss. And if I just couldn't get it under control, the sleep, it was really cutting into the benefits that I was getting from my exercise. So I started to plateau. I wasn't seeing any changes in my body. I actually started to gain a little bit. I started seeing some of that fat come back, because once I stopped the 12-week program, I wasn't as diligent. And instead of going to the gym 3 to 4 times a week, I was going down to just 3 or maybe 2 times a week. And after a while, I decided it makes no sense for me to continue paying for this membership if I'm not going to do it right. I would rather get a full night rest and then do some kind of exercise on my own. Do something at home that I can do. Maybe get some little weights that I can lift. Do my walking in the evenings as I would do. And by the way, walking in the evenings never disrupted my sleep. It actually helps for some reason, because just walking, even though the area where I live is very hilly, and I would end up walking up some hills, and that was kind of challenging, which is good. It wasn't as disruptive to my sleep, I guess, as lifting heavy weights. And like I said, it never disrupted my sleep. But as you can imagine, when I don't have a membership that I'm paying and I am more following my own prompts, I kind of fell off. I was also more concerned with recuperating all the sleep that I lost while I was going through the intensive workouts. And so I just kind of got lazy. And I stopped working out, and I stopped doing anything really. I continued my eating with increasing my protein, decreasing the simple carbs, but I just started eating bigger portions. And even though I continued to do my weekly day of fasting, recently I included a second day of fasting, and this one was even more intense. I was doing 36 hours of fasting, meaning I would stop eating at around 7, 8 o'clock like I usually do in the evenings. I would go the entire next 24 hours without eating, and then I would break my fast the following lunchtime. And that lasted about a month. It was very difficult, and I felt like I started to put on weight. In the last month and a half or so, I've looked at myself, not only in the mirror, but I look at the videos that I'm putting out, and I can see the contrast between what I looked like a year and a half ago and what I look like now. And I thought, oh no, something is happening. What is happening? So I completely eliminated that 36-hour day of fasting. I am back to my regular 24-hour fasting day that I usually do. As a matter of fact, today is that fasting day. Today's Friday. And that seems to work just fine for me. Again, the one day of fasting, I don't do it so much for the weight loss benefits. I do it more for the healing benefits. I have read from different studies that when you go into a fasted state, your body goes into a period of healing. The cells begin to dispose of any kind of debris that it's been holding on to make the body more effective while it's going through this period of hunger. And so that's really the reason why I do my weekly one-day fasts. And I feel like that's I really can't measure the effects of my body and my cells healing themselves, other than I've been in good health all this time. I haven't been sick in, I did get sick last year for a while. I caught a cold. It wasn't COVID, thank God. I haven't had COVID so far. And aside from that one time that I was sick and I didn't take any medication, all I did was just rest and drink lots of fluids, lots of water, and it went away in about 2 days. So I'm very healthy. I am very grateful for the state of my health. I'm very happy for that. I don't want to take it for granted. I want to continue taking care of myself. But in terms of changes that I've made recently, I have decreased the portions that I am eating. And the wonderful news I have come across in finding that out is that I am just as full when I reduce my portions by around a third or maybe half as I am when I stuff myself, which is what I was doing after a while. I was stuffing myself. And I figured, listen, I'm eating healthy. I'm eating lots of protein. I'm eating complex carbs. I'm eating lots of greens. So where's the harm in doing that? But I was also indulging in my sweet tooth more because I was saying, what's wrong with having a donut or two at the end of the day if I'm eating healthy? I realized that it's not going to be that easy for me to have the body that I want to have. I am not 25 anymore. I'm not 30 anymore. I'm almost 50. And I'm just going to have to make some serious changes if I want to have the body that I want to have. And it's frustrating because even at my fittest, I was working out like a maniac. I was eating extremely clean. I am not somebody who drinks alcohol. I never drink alcohol. I don't do any kind of drugs. I don't take medication of any kind. I don't even drink coffee. I have no addictions. I just try to stick to the healthiest life possible. And even at my best, I still didn't look how I thought I was going to be looking. And so it's frustrating because I realize to be at the weight and the shape that I want to be, I am going to have to work out really, really hard, consistently. I am going to have to reduce my calories significantly, and I'm going to have to make sure that I'm getting at least 8 hours of sleep every single night. How am I going to do that? I don't know. I think if my dream of working from home becomes a reality, I will be able to work that out. But yeah, I'm going to have to work something out because what I am doing, listen, I'm at a weight. Should I show you a full body? Okay, let's do it. Yeah, that's what I'm looking like, guys. I knew I was gonna make this video, and I said maybe if I'm feeling brave enough to show my full body, they can see, what I'm working with. And I'm still not as bad as I was when I started this journey. I'm still about 5 pounds under what I was when I started. But I definitely, I'm going to have to tighten up in all areas if I want to see the benefits. And I want to look my best. When I enter into my 50s, I know it sounds delusional, but I really believe that I can be at my best. I mean, my hair has never been this long, this thick, this healthy. At an age where people say that women are supposed to experience thinning of hair. And I feel like I have a genetic predisposition to have thin hair. I don't have a very dense hair, meaning that the number of hairs on my head is not as much as the average, I think. But I never really imagined that my hair would be growing to this length. So I know that I can push against conventional thinking about what my age is supposed to look like. I just need to get in the headspace to really give my all to this journey and commit to it for the rest of my life. I mean, I really am going to have to get to the place where I have to be like pushing myself to the limit all the time if I want to look my best. There might be a hormonal component to this. I'm not going to live in delusion and think that at this age, I still have the same hormonal makeup that I did 20 years ago. Of course not. Of course, things have changed. I definitely want to look into that. I want to see what my hormones are looking like today, and if I can do some kind of hormone enhancing therapy. I want to see what that looks like. Not right now, but that's something that in the next few months I want to start taking seriously. I really want to take things to the next level, and I believe that I can. But I just wanted to bring this quick video to you today in case you still remember the old days of Callie D's journey, Callie D's life. I remember the days when it was a few of us, it was less than 100 of us. Now we're over 1,000. I am so grateful for that. And my channel has taken a different direction. I have gone more into the social commentary area. I really, really like that. I really enjoy. I feel like I'm at my best when I'm doing social commentary and pop culture observations. I really enjoy that. But every once in a while, I do want to come back to my personal journey so I can bring along the people who started this whole thing with me. But we'll see where life takes us. Thank you so much for watching this video. Please leave a like if you liked it. Leave a comment. Let me know where you are in your own health journey. Is this something that, like myself, you struggle with to find the strength and the discipline to see it through? If you are somebody who is always on the go, that you feel like you have all the discipline, please leave us some tips and pointers of how we can stay consistent in our health journey. Please share this video if you'd like to do that. Please subscribe to my channel. I would like to grow it even further. Thank you so much for watching this video, and hopefully I will see you in the next one.